There you go, bud.
There it is. Go ahead. You can do the intro.
You gotta turn that phone off, dude. That thing sounds like it's like piercing my head. That noise
It's my
from my
tech
AirPods.
thing.
All right, what is up? Welcome to the Smalley Talk podcast. This is your host, Josh Shrenko, Thunder Rod Shrenko, my co-host across the interwebs in Martinsville, Indiana, Chris Vaughn. What's up, Chris?
What is up, dude? What are you
Fir-
doing?
First OG episode in a while, dude. We haven't had one of these old school. I think old school is technically in
Together.
person.
Yeah, technically, dude. We haven't done one of those in a
I
coon's age.
know. I was thinking about coming over to the casting couch at some point soon. So
You haven't even been to my house in like a year, dude. It's been over a year, I think.
you haven't invited me, dude. Invite
What?
me. I keep waiting for that pickleball invite,
Oh
dude.
my
Never. I
god.
wait up at every night. I'll check my phone at like 9 o'clock to be like, did Chris text me and invite me to play
No,
pickleball?
no, we didn't.
You didn't.
No,
No,
we didn't.
I'm down, dude. I want to get on that casting couch, but I got new microphones. We
I
can
know.
we can do the casting couch thing together. It'd be great.
I,
Together on the casting couch.
I've dreamed of it many times. So. Yeah, dude. This is man, it's been how long has it been since I guess we just did that on the water episode not too long ago. That was
We did the on the water episode, but yeah, I mean it's been, you know, basically a month since then. So, you know, thrust into spring. We're in the throes of like the best time of the year to go fishing, and of course our rivers are blown to shit right now, dude.
thank God for it, dude. We needed it so bad. I haven't seen the river like that in I haven't seen the
Yeah.
river like it is right now in years. So we
Yeah,
need
we did need it. I would prefer that the rains would have come in like post spawn or something, not like right when I want to be fishing. But I
you
guess
want to kill
I
all the
want to kill
babies.
all the fry, just
What a
blow them right
terrible
out.
just it's terrible conservationist. I'd
Well,
rather all the babies get flooded.
but like we're headed on a trip, and I have a little bit of mixed feelings about it. I'm like, dude, it's just gonna be getting good at home by the time we leave. Um, and
Maybe.
I
I mean, I don't know, dude. I think it's gonna take longer than that for it to come down. I mean, it's at White River's at 40,000.
Yeah, I know it definitely. We got and we actually didn't get as much rain as some of our neighboring areas. I think we got like 6 inches of rain
Yeah.
in like a 4-day period. So
And it's got
yeah,
more in the forecast too. So
yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah. Well, if it rains again, then yeah, you're right. I know Pennsylvania got some rain, which is where we're headed to the old Susquehanna River for a little springtime adventure, and got had a couple guys that were supposed to join the pod. I think they bitched out on us. Like
chicken bitched out, dude. They've
it,
freaking bitched out on us.
eh,
They're so
they had,
stupid, dude.
they had their shot to be famous, dude. Just bitched out.
Dude, we gotta speak on this. I mean, we gotta speak on how famous a Chegan brand is right now.
Oh my god, dude.
Maybe
Yeah.
one of the most famous apology videos in the in the history of fishing, where a guy's completely apologizing for just nasty behavior of one of his buddies, and he's wearing a Smalley's hat. So great.
Hey, all publicity is good publicity. That's all I'll say. But
That's
I,
true.
I mean, honestly, dude, if we really want to get into it, which I don't have any problem with getting into it on this podcast, one, that guy, I don't have any issue with what he did or didn't,
No,
what he
I
didn't,
don't
what
care
he
either. I just
didn't
thought it was
do.
funny. I just thought it was
Yeah,
funny. He's like, "I'm so sorry," and it's like he's wearing an Achigan brand hat. I was like, "Dude, you guys have made it. You've made it. Once you've been featured in a famous apology video, it's just you guys have
dude.
done it."
I wonder if we got any actual orders out of that. I feel like we did. I feel like we did get a couple orders of Smalley stuff. from that video. So hey, I'll take it, dude.
I'll
I'll
take
I'll I'll
it.
take it. Yeah. All money's good money, you know what I mean? Even if it's blood money, we'll
Uh,
take it, dude.
I mean, well, first of all, it was bloodless. Let's be real. So, if you haven't seen the video that we're talking about, there's some very cool tarpon captain in Florida just absolutely, asserting his rights as a sovereign citizen and freaking boarding the vessel of a young man in pure fury. Yeah, it's a pretty wild video. I mean, it's so wild that like people that don't fish, people that have like no idea about fishing at all have talked to me about the video. Like people that I work with, people
It's
are
like the
like,
walleyes and weights and walleyes.
"Yes, it's a
That's what
lot
it's
like that."
like.
That's a lot
Yeah.
it's a lot like that. It's like a story that transcends our quirky little like fishing algorithms and like fishing worlds. So, yeah, it's super interesting. It's a guy that's obviously completely I'm assuming, and this is just I'm not trying to besmirch the man. I'm not trying to defame him. He clearly had a couple cups of testosterone with that coffee in the morning and went berserkers out on the water. And I don't know, it looks like a miscommunication. Perhaps he's blaming this guy for sitting there under a bridge without having his lights on.
No, no,
Boys,
no, no. That's not what he got mad because the guy okay, so they're fishing like bridge pilings, like the
yeah,
kid.
on the
Well,
ocean,
we're gonna debate this subject too, whether it's a kid or not. He's 22
not a
old young
child,
man.
not a
It's
child.
like no, he's in the
He's a
boat.
full-grown adult.
Yeah, full grown adult. He's
Yeah,
fishing a bridge piling, and this guy supposedly, goes through there fast. We didn't see any of that on the video,
right.
conveniently. And the kid yells at him, and I don't know what was said. It sounded like he said, "You call me a faggot." That's what he said. That's what the guy was like, "Did you call me a," and it like bleeps it out, but that's that's what I think the whole thing was, and the guy was like, "It wasn't me, it was that guy up there that's my buddy, but you basically, yeah, you can't drive through here like that." And then
Yeah.
what ensued was back and forth, which it was very much so back and forth. It was not
Yeah, I
it
agree.
wasn't it wasn't this one-sided, this guy is getting dressed down and the other guy's not saying anything. There was yelling, there was cuss words, there
I'll
were
agree, but, like, the one guy was just fishing, and the other guy, like, motors up. The other guy does motor up to him and, like, initiate it. So I have to
yeah,
say that
yeah.
it wasn't 50-50 like the
No, no, no. I would
yeah,
say that the majority of the blame lays on the captain for what happened, but
90% of it. Yeah,
yeah, but there
90%.
is a portion of it. It would be like somebody going by you and you saying, "Fuck you, dude," and then they stop and turn around and then you're like, "Oh shit, they actually are gonna engage with me." And then,
But
obviously
it's not exactly like that. It's like if you're standing, near someone and the person that you're standing near says, "Fuck you," and then the person does a U-turn and comes back and is like, "Did you just yell at me?"
you know what this
And the
reminded me
guy's
of?
like, "No, it was actually that guy over
You
there."
know you know what this reminded me of so much, dude? When Ron Artest got the beer thrown on him in the palace, and then he attacked a different guy in the
Yeah, I know.
crowd.
Yeah, the guy's like, yeah, that's a great analogy, yeah.
He squared up though, dude. He
Ma
squared up with Ron Artest. I
What
mean,
a wild maneuver. I'll tell you the wildest thing about the malice at the palace was not even that guy. It was the guy that squared up with, Steven Jackson. Wasn't it Steven Jackson that was like or no, it was
he
Jermaine
he
O'Neal.
yeah, he
Wasn't it
went
Jermaine
up.
O'Neal?
Yeah, Steven Jackson went up in the crowd and then got in a fight with the guy that Ron Artest was fighting with.
Yes.
Jermaine O'Neal was leaving
Yeah,
the
he's walking
stadium,
away.
and they're like people are throwing all kinds of stuff. They're throwing beer on him, and this dude just like jumps down to the thing and just like puts him up like this. And like, dude, this guy is like 7 foot tall. Like he's gonna just completely dismember you.
A
And
professional athlete in the prime of his life, 7 foot tall, and the guy's like, This seems like a great idea. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
It's Detroit, buddy. It's in
Oh,
Motor City, dude. They're blue collar, dude. They don't even care.
I
Uh,
guess. Yeah, that was a great.
I'm
But
gonna
anyways,
I'm gonna
so
go sideways on this conversation and give my brother-in-law David Abel a shout out. To this day, he claims he could beat up Kevin Durant. That's all I'm gonna say. I was like, I don't think you know how big Kevin Durant is,
my
David.
God, that is so crazy. David's not a big guy either.
No.
David's kind of little. I mean, I'm not besmirching David. He's not.
He's given at least 100 pounds up in that fight. So yeah, I don't think that's happening.
I
But
mean, how tall is David? He's probably 5'10", 5'9", maybe.
I think that's on a very good day. I think he's probably pushing 5'8",
But I mean, he's
maybe.
not like a big I mean, he's
No,
in shape, but he's not like big
I
guy either.
mean David can throw a punch, but
I'm sure he can.
he's Kevin Durant's
But
humongous.
Kevin Durant could hit him from the other side of the room.
I've pointed this out many times to him.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah.
That's like me though. I still think that I could beat almost any woman in basketball.
Yeah.
I think I could beat Caitlin Clark. Let's just
Oh
put it
my
that way.
god, you would get roasted by Caitlin Clark, dude.
I think I could take Caitlin Clark. I think one-on-one, I think I'd take Caitlin Clark.
I could
I think
take
I'd,
Caitlin Clark in a fight, not in basketball.
I think
That's
I'd beat
for
Caitlin
sure.
Clark 10-5 and
Oh
in a
my
game of
Oh, we're so misogynistic on this show, dude.
No, I mean, it is what it
Oh
is.
man. Well, on that note,
Yeah,
so
we
we
got
got
way far afield. We were talking
so
about some guy in Florida being an asshole, and here we are calling people out on by name.
boys, tag Caitlin Clark in the comments on this episode.
I actually think Caitlin Clark is awesome. I'm a huge fan, but I just think it's funny to say that. People get pretty worked up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Anyways,
pretty funny.
so the
Okay, how's the spring gone so far? Let's recap because we've definitely had some fishing. I went to Virginia. You had a couple
yeah,
good days.
tell me about the Virginia trip. I've only caught like minimal details off of this, but so who took you went out with a couple locals, right?
Yeah, so we went on a family vacation to Virginia, and we got a really cool Airbnb. It was a 95-acre farm, all
Mhm.
to ourselves, and they had the horse barn. They'd renovated the attic area, and it was an Airbnb. It was on the New River,
Mm.
like super cool place. Highly recommend it. You could open the gate and drive all the way down to the river. I couldn't launch my jet because there was no ramp, but I could throw my kayak in.
Nice.
So we took the jet down there and went to a couple spots where you could jet boat around. The New River is, for those who don't know, it's the second oldest river in the world, which is really cool to think about. Two, it is very.
What's the
I
oldest? What's the oldest river in the world?
think it's the Nile.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I wonder
I believe
how do they gauge that? I wonder.
like aging stuff that's like fossils and shit that's in the river. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I mean,
we looked.
every river is 7,000 years old, but okay.
It's all the same age.
I mean, okay. I guess
Yeah.
all of them. I guess 7,000 years, but okay, go ahead.
So anyways, we went there and did some jet boat stretches. I mean, I caught a 19 on the third cast. So it's, some highlight moments, but overall, I think it was just the day because I talked to some guys that were fishing during that time. It was just like tough fishing. Ran into Mikey Holcomb and Evan Adamson on the river. They were kayaking on the same jet boat stretch that I was on, and
That's pretty cool.
stopped and talked with them, and it was fun. So it was a good time. And then
How weird is that you run into people that you know from other states when you're like,
it was cool.
that's really neat.
Yeah, it was super
I mean,
cool.
that's like, people talk shit on social media all the time, but that's like a cool thing.
Yeah, super cool. So yeah, stopped and talked to them for a while, and Um, so having nominal success fishing wise though, and then I lost an absolute toad on the second day we went out. Just choked my mag draft, dude. Turned it, saw the whole fish. It was absolutely huge. It was the only bite I got that day. That tells you how tough it was.
Mm, nice.
So so that I was, getting I would say a little frustrated. I went out, caught a couple fish around the house, a couple nicer ones, but really success had been like pretty low to that point. And
I'm getting a little, I'm just
yeah,
getting a little frustrated.
yeah, I
One
was
bite
like,
in a day, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah,
yeah, but I hadn't caught anything under 18, so it wasn't like,
right.
it wasn't terrible. It was tough fishing. And I was like really starting to question, like, okay, what, I didn't see anybody else catch any fish either, which is the other thing. I was like, yeah, it's obviously tough. There were guides out. There's quite a few guides. And I stopped talking to a couple of them, and I was like, yeah, we haven't boated a fish today. It was pretty tough.
Mm.
So on Sunday, I had agreed with Katie. She was like, yeah, you can go out with those guys on Sunday. They were like Tony Bryant, Thomas Cox, and then Timmy Dixon was supposed to come. He didn't end up coming, but they were like, yeah, we'll take you to our like, home stretch or whatever. So met Tony at the interstate little thing and followed him to the ramp and went to this area.
Had you ever met these guys in person before? Or was this your first time meeting them? I lost you. You there?
Hang on, you're buffering.
Y-
You there?
No, you're there. You're back.
Okay. Um,
Mm. Had you ever met
so
these guys before? Like, or was this your first time
yeah,
meeting them?
yeah,
Okay.
I stayed with Timmy didn't end up coming. I'd stayed with Timmy in that first Susquehanna tournament.
Okay.
And then Tony, they drove up from Virginia to buy those munchies. So I met him at the
Oh,
Columbus,
nice.
Ohio show. Yeah. So, but Tony and then Thomas Cox I had never met before. So met up with them. They were like, "Bring your kayak." So I brought my Hobie and deflated it and put it in the boat and went down there. And it was um, the section of river was super cool. It was like this. It was a really wide section that I would say it's about half as wide as the Susquehanna, so pretty wide. Like, it was a big river. I think you're buffered out there, bud. You there?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Um, so it was like half as wide as the Susquehanna. It's pretty big, and then these 2 mountains kinda ran into the river, and there were these ledge systems that ran across the river, and as far as you could see up or down the river, there was, like, a ledge every probably 10 yards. And there was just like a series of ledges, like hundreds. I'd say there's a couple hundred ledges, like just like stacked on top of one another. So, obviously it's like, well, there's nothing else to fish. So you just like, yeah, you start fishing ledges. So they were talking about fishing on bottom. They'd been fishing with a sleeper crawl, and a couple of them gave them to me, and they were like, yeah. And I was like, man, I'm an against the grain type of guy. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm
This
I'm
is
throw
the only thing now that I won't fish with, the thing that
yeah,
you handed me.
Chris Chris knows.
Yeah.
You know me all too well.
Oh,
Um,
perfect. This is the only thing now that I can't fish with, the thing that you handed me for
yeah.
free.
So I was like, "Ah, I'm gonna throw a mag draft," and dude, 10 minutes in, I hooked a 19 and a half, like crushed it, dude. Just choked that thing. And I proceeded to I didn't have a numbers day, but every fish I caught was big. I had 95 and a half for my biggest five. So really nice. I had it got a 20 and it was a tank of a 20. Like
Nice.
it was somewhere in the 5 pound range. It probably wasn't quite five, but it was big. Um, so yeah, we fished those ledge systems, had a great time. And then that pretty much wrapped up the fishing for the trip. I went back and we ate dinner but yeah, cool. It was a pretty, short trip, but got to experience a new river. So if I go back, I kind of know what to do now, you know? Didn't know what to do before, know what to do now. at that river, so I know what to look for. Know how the fish relate to stuff. They're clearly like, and they were even saying, it's like, yeah, this isn't really a great day. They're like, you'll come here and, catch 60, 70 big fish, so it
Nice.
was, yeah, it has the potential that's like just tapping into like what that place has to offer. So,
Other
um,
than other than pills.
yeah, there were some rough areas, but the place where we went to fish on Sunday, they were like, Tony was like, yeah, 20 years ago, you couldn't come here. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, people were very territorial around here. He's like, you just couldn't come here. It's like, you leave your car, get broken into. It's like, just wasn't a good area. It's like, it's improved
Really?
recently. So, yeah. It's crazy seeing all the flooding effects too of all that, like the Hurricane Helene that came through.
Oh, is that impacted? I
Oh
thought that
yeah.
was mostly like North Carolina. I didn't realize it was that far up.
Yeah, no, they got absolutely obliterated there. Like
Really?
we took out on private land that Tony knew somebody, and we were talking with them, and his like sycamore trees had like black on the bark, and I'm like, what in the world is? Why are these? I asked him, I was like, why are your trees black? He's like, dude, there was so much. He's like, there was so much debris. It was stacked up like 20 feet high on all these trees. He's like, the only thing we could do is just burn it. He's like, we just set it on fire.
Wow.
So burn some of the trees with it. So
Wow.
uh
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I know. It's pretty crazy. But you can tell they're recovering from it. There's some roads that were still washed out, like smaller roads and stuff that were closed. Like
Was
it was
this a
definitely
that was a year ago, right? It was about a year ago.
it was last summer, yeah. Yeah.
Man, so
Yeah.
crazy, man. That was yeah, so those videos from like Appalachia were pretty wild.
It's so pretty down there though, dude. It honestly makes me like me and Katie. I was sitting in that on that farm and I was like, dude, I could buy this farm. Like this isn't that expensive. We could just buy this farm, live on the New River. It would be sick.
I know, dude. I think about that all the time. Anytime we go somewhere like that, or Minnesota even, I'm like, man,
Well, you know what makes it. I was telling Kay we were driving through we were driving through all the, back roads and stuff there, which is challenging to pull a boat. It's not every road to get where you need to go was like curves on curves on curves. But um, what makes it possible you could live out there is Starlink. That's
yeah.
what makes it
Oh yeah,
possible.
for
I
sure.
mean, you could 100%, dude. I mean, but like even what 5 years ago, you couldn't get high speed internet in those places. And what you could get was really, really expensive and it wasn't dependable. Dude, Starlink's like legit. Like we had it at
I
our
know people
Airbnb
that do it
last
here. I've thought
Yeah,
about doing it myself. Honestly, like the only thing that you really need like fiber optic for is like gaming and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah,
satellite internet, like that. I mean, it's crazy. It's revolutionary. I mean,
yeah.
it makes rural living very, very doable for sure.
I mean, yeah, you can be connected to do any kind of online commerce that you wanted to. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do online nowadays, remote. So
OnlyFans.
yeah, just start up an OnlyFans account, dude. You could definitely make a living.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yep. You in the horse barn, just freaking overalls only.
The horse barn was sick too, dude. You could like open the middle, like the big main door and like I pulled my boat in there. It's like a big huge garage. It was
A lot of
actually really
horses.
cool.
65 horses in there.
There was no horses in there. It was all
No,
empty.
65 horses by Yamaha, dude.
That's right. Actually 90. It's throttled down with the
Sorry,
jet pump to
90 over
65.
65. My B.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I went out a couple times locally, just nothing really to talk about other than I mean, just kind of like normal spring stuff. Although it's weird, like when I went 2 week or last week, it was super low. So obviously now, you know, it'll be I don't think it'll be that low again until with this rain that we got here, I don't think it'll be that low again until probably early May, even if it doesn't rain at all. So
So
it was
what's
like
the
late summer. It was like late June flows. So you could
so
jet it, but
I do the my gauge for White River. I use the Noblesville gauge. That's
uh-huh.
usually what I use, and that is right now is at 12,800, and it has crested already, so it's on its way back down. So
Mhm.
it crested at what 14, 13.6, and it's at 12.8 now. So it's projected to be back down to 2,000, which is still 2,000 is probably pretty great on that stretch, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's bumping, but if it's clear, if it's somewhat clear, it's projected to be that by April 11th. So
Yeah, but it's gonna rain on Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday.
yeah, I mean that could. I didn't see any accumulation though. Yeah,
Mm.
so it's showing. Yeah, it's going to rain a little bit on Wednesday. Thursday's not
And
much.
it's tomorrow. It's supposed to be a low, or tonight, overnight low of 28.
Yeah, I don't
Ugh.
mind that because that kicks
Yeah.
those fish back. When you can't fish it and it's cold, you kind of want them like kicked back. Now, right now, the Susky is starting to get a little high.
Is it?
So yeah, it's coming down, but um, I or a little birdie told me that it was not fishing well today. So
It was not fishable.
it wasn't fishing well at all today. So we'll
Hmm.
see.
So if you look at the Centerton gauge, Josh, um, which is down by Martinsville on
Yeah,
White
they got
River,
more. We got more rain down here, I believe.
40,500 yesterday, and today it's at 28,000, which is wild, dude. It's have you driven over White River today?
Mm-mm, no,
It's
I
like
haven't.
biblical looking. I mean, it looks like the Susquehanna. That's how wide it is. It's
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
great. I mean, it's almost touching the bridge on 144. So I don't know,
Shoo!
man. Yeah, I think it's great. We needed it, but
It does
yeah, dude,
suck.
it comes with this time of year. If you don't get rains like that, you end up with summer flows in late April, early May, and then you end up with a freaking trickle by July.
Yeah,
So
I know. Um,
we need about
I
two. We need about two more of those.
I did make a legendary attempt at fishing after these rains. There was like the morning after all these storms rolled through. I was like, I know I'm not gonna be able to fish for a long time here, like because I
Right.
knew what was coming, and I was like looking at the gauges. I'm like, maybe I can get on Sugar Creek before it gets unfishable. And it was Thursday morning. Everybody's like waking up, like texting, "Is everybody okay? You know, anybody's house get hit?" And I'm like, I'm on my way to Sugar to fish the rise.
Legendary text by Josh. Everyone was. I was like, I had a tree that fell down that hit my propane tank by the side of my house. Everyone's asking Derek if he's okay because there's a tornado out at his house. Josh is like, I'm on my way out to freaking fish.
Yeah, so I drive this an hour away, mind you, and I'm supposed to be working that day, so it's already irresponsible as it is. Get out there and like, you're like rubbernecking, you're like waiting, like I'm looking at all the tributaries, and I was texting Alex, and I was like, dude, these feeder creeks are not looking good. Like I was getting out there, they're like
Um,
blown to smithereens, and he was like, dude, maybe if you get up above Little Sugar,
yeah,
it won't be as
that's what I
bad.
thought too. Yeah.
So I went down into Crawfordsville to look at it, and I was like, that was actually the best looking, believe it or not. I was like, I could get on, but it was like it was bumping. Like it was like bumping, and there was a guy standing here. He's like, "Are you gonna go out in that?" And I was like, I don't know. I was like, we'll see. I was like, I'm gonna run up and check some other put-ins, and so I went above that to the next one, and it was like even worse. And I was like, oh man, this is yeah, that's too fast. And then
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, okay, well maybe if I go really far up, it won't be as bad. Which it was literally worse the further I climbed. I got all the way up to Darlington, and I got out of my car, and it was like obvious. I was like, okay, yeah, this isn't doable. And as I'm standing there, like a full size, I'm talking full size tree just goes right in front of my face. And I just like was like, well, that pretty much does
Solves
it.
that. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's so bad right now that I mean, even like the tributaries, at least were, around here, the tributaries have that like hydraulic head thing where they're like shut off. You know,
That
the
that makes me want to go out in the jet. That makes me want to go try that. Cause
there was a high water rescue yesterday at Waverly Park.
was
Some
there
jack
really?
Yeah, some jackass tried to go on a walk.
What
I think
now?
yeah, like the
Oh, on that trail by
yeah, on
the
that
river.
trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's bumping, dude. It's the whole parking lot down there by the boat ramp is flooded. There's no boat ramp right now. So,
Well, there's one big boat ramp. It's the road.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's crazy. I'm very happy to see it. I haven't seen it like this in a very long time. So, yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, but you caught how many? What was your count? That you told me it was pretty impressive.
I caught like 25 when I went out last week. It was good. I mean, I went to Noblesville and I ran up to the dam on Noblesville, which is like one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite runs to make. It's one of my favorite like spring spots to go to. So
It's infamously where I threw my friend Kicker out of the jet boat. uh,
it was one of those things like I went up, no problem at all. Like I went up the river, I ran all the way to the dam, no issues at all. I didn't hit anything. I didn't like even get close. It was like a seamless run all the way up to the dam. I was like, man, this is not as low as I thought it was. I was expecting like some difficulty and even like, that old like bridgehead area. I always get nervous around
yeah,
that old bridgehead area because it's like a tight turn into like a rock garden
there's
that you
like a
have
bunch of big
dodge.
rocks that you kind of have to navigate through.
Yeah, you got to like make a tight turn and like hang to the right. And there's like a tree that hangs over the river there. So you got to like, it's just a weird like angle to take on playing. Like it's just there's something about it. It's kind of odd. Um, so I always get nervous there, but no issues at all. And I got up to the dam, and as soon as I throttled down at the dam, I was like, "Oh shit, this is so low." Like I had to like reduce the level of my trolling motor to like make sure I wasn't hitting bottom the entire time. I had to like put my trolling motor basically right underneath the surface. Um, and honestly, like I fished on by the dam. I caught like 9 by the dam, all on a paddle tail. Floated pretty much the entire section down to Potter's Bridge and didn't move a single fish on a mag draft or a spinner bait. And I was like, well, so I guess they're just not on today. All I caught, they must just be at the dam or whatever. So, but I decided I would try a couple more spots before I went home. And at those a couple other spots, I just for some reason picked up the paddle tail again, and I caught like another 15 fish in the last 2 spots. So they just wanted it low and slow for the most part. But I think I caught a 19 and a half, an 8 and a 1 over 18 as well.
Did you go by
So
yourself?
yeah, I just went by myself. It was awesome. It's actually
Yeah.
like I said, that's like my favorite spring run to take that. It's something about the river up there. It's like really narrow, and there's trees that hang over the whole river. I love that run.
It
So
has its moments, yeah. I've had a lot of really shitty days on that stretch. I've been soured on it, but that video that you and Derek made always gets me whenever
I love
you.
that.
I know, yeah,
I
that
love
gets
that
me.
bank, but I didn't catch anything on that bank. But you know that. So if you go downstream from that Riverside, is it Riverside Park or Forest Park?
Forest Park, yeah,
If you go downstream from Forest Park, there's like that old like dam that they
yeah,
made. It's like a rock dam.
uh-huh.
That's the trickiest part, I think, to get through. And when the river's low, and I made it through that like no issue at all going downstream. So um yeah, I mean it was like the lowest that you'd want to run it though. I think it was 450 is what I ran it
Yeah,
at.
it's pretty low.
So it's low,
That's
but
that's like that's almost exactly. I think it was 400 when I ran it with kicker, and
yeah.
you saw what happened there. So
Where did you throw him out? Was that up at that tight turn by those houses?
there's a house up on the bluff,
Yeah.
and like there's a riffle right there where that like little creek comes in.
Yes.
And I was looking at that riffle, like deciding how I was going to navigate it. Well, I overlooked the car-sized boulder that was sticking up out of
Dude,
the water.
those are some massive bolt. There are two of
Dude,
them right there.
I ramped the biggest one, dude. Just straight up ramped it. Like I
Sick.
saw it right at the last second and turned and like hit it. And it's like luckily it's facing up or yeah, it's facing upstream like this. So I hit it like that and just like literally ramped my boat. Like, yeah, and
Dang.
threw my friend out in the process. But yeah. So yeah, overall I'd say it's been
Good.
okay, spring. Definitely I was jonesing for that. You know that day I had on sugar last year. I wanted to have that so bad. But
Well,
maybe we'll exchange that for the Susky trip.
I was gonna say, like, the problem with doing a trip like this, like in mid-April, is it kind of shuts you down for me. Like if
Yeah.
you wouldn't if
I know
you
what you're
wouldn't have
saying.
gone to the New River, like you probably would be in the same boat as me, where you're kind of like,
I would have went fishing this weekend if I could have, dude, if there wasn't flooded. There's
yeah.
like certain times of the year I'm like, I'll shut it down in June when it's postponed. Like,
I couldn't do it, man. I had trees laying all over my yard. I had to.
yeah, yeah.
We're
I
we're
mean,
we're making a
we're
chicken coop for my daughter right now, so that's like
mhm.
the big project.
We're
So
responsible adults, so sometimes it
yeah,
gets in the way. I mean,
for sure. Yeah, and
but
I'm in the middle of a firm dissolution as well. I guess I'll just announce it just publicly on the podcast right now, dude. My
press
firm
conference.
press conference, dude. My law firm split up. So yeah,
It's a
it's
good
been
thing though, right? It's a good thing.
yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So my partner Mike Woody and I have forced a dissolution of our firm. So yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I think it's going to provide a lot of a healthy balance to my to my professional life. So it's been a long time coming, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about the next phase, the next chapter.
Yeah.
So today was kind of the first day that um, we sent like our client letters today, and we notified like everybody publicly that we're in the middle of this dissolution process. So yeah, it's a very good thing. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited for what the next steps, next phase. We got some really good ideas, and some good things are happening for sure. So, yeah,
Good
man.
to hear, dude.
Yeah, and I like, for instance, going out of town next week is made a lot easier by what we're going through now, so
That's good.
um yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's been the last couple years. Eventually I might talk about it, but yeah, it's been a long time coming. Josh has heard my bitching and moaning about it for quite some time. So
Yeah. Part of being an adult, dude, I feel like you own your own business that just always something, dude. There's always just something comes your way that just you got to navigate. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, dude, for
no,
sure.
it's not. I mean, the easy route is going to find a job to work for somebody, and not
Yeah.
trusting yourself and not really being willing to put in the work that it takes to be on your own. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. It's not yeah.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
there definitely have been times in the last little bit where I've been like, I should just go work for somebody else, just like do my job and not.
There's definitely a upside to that. I'm not gonna lie,
Oh,
but
no doubt. I mean, I talk to people that people that have a job working for somebody else where they get to leave their work at home or leave their work at work and be at home when they're home. That's yeah, it's a huge perk of the job. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's so anyways, that's kind of what's going on, from the
yeah,
personal side, but I'm very much looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to
yeah.
being away for a few days.
I can't wait, dude. I'm juiced up. Uh been making some baits. Got some munchies, some special edition munchies. We're bringing some prototype colors that we'll be bringing. So fully expect the boys to be just photo opping that munchie the whole time. So
Absolutely,
that's
dude. I was
yeah.
gonna ask, if you guys have any munchies for sale right now.
No, we sold out in 90 minutes. So yeah, we dropped 73 packs of them and sold out in 90 minutes. So it was pretty cool.
73 packs in 90 minutes. Did you limit it to like one per customer, two per customer, or
I
anything? Or
tried to do that, but honestly, it was a really hard. It was a miracle that I even got them up on the website. I was literally about ready to throw my laptop through the thing. Though I couldn't. Shopify changed something in the settings, and I couldn't add a new like collection onto my website. And I was trying, and this guy I paid to design the website, I thought he screwed something up. And I was like calling him, and I was like, oh my gosh. And everybody's waiting to buy these things at 6:30 because I announced it. Like, okay, they're dropping Friday at 6:30. And it's like 5:45, and I'm like, God, I just got to figure this out. It's 5:50, like 6:15, and I started to sweat, dude. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like looking through all these tutorials, watching YouTube videos on like 2 times speed, like trying to find out how to do it. And like literally, I found this obscure article. They're like, oh, Shopify changed the setting. You have to go to here to do this. Right there, boom, boom, boom. Did it. I got it up at 6:31,
Mhm.
and like my phone started going, like it was like ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
mean,
ding, ding, ding,
honestly,
ding.
it wouldn't be a Shrinko product if it wasn't a little bit late.
A little bit
People
late.
people would worry if you got it up like 5 minutes early. They'd be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
there's
is this a real? These are fake.
touche, touche.
They must have outsourced this shit to China or something."
That your line reminded me of the oh, I think you should leave when he's like, well, you can watch a little porn at work.
A little porn at work.
That has to be my favorite
Oh,
skit that
yeah.
he's done, dude.
This
One egg
is
is 40
this
eggs.
this isn't porn. And you can watch a little porn at work.
Dude,
Uh,
I was on at a work trip and I was like talking to people about that show. There's like a lot of people that haven't seen that. I'm like,
really?
how have you not watched that, dude? This show is unbelievably funny. If you little PSA for Wet Boy Nation, if you haven't watched, I think you should leave. It's on Netflix. Is there 2 seasons of it? Yeah, I think 2 seasons.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know there's at least 2.
Yeah,
You gotta watch it. It
gotta
is
watch it.
we watched it for the first time at the St. Croix River. Chris introduced it to us, and
God,
that was a
it
night, bud.
flops it flops so hard.
I did
Everyone
I
was
thought
sitting
I was
around just like,
losing it.
"What the hell is this?"
Dude, the very first one you showed was the haunted house one. Dude, to this day, like I can watch that every time and just lose it, dude. Horsecock.
Any of these fuckers. Damn, dude, that one so I was on Amazon the other day, and my algorithm suggested that I buy a sticker of the crooner, the driving crooner.
Oh my god,
They sell the
dude.
driving crooner
Oh, I'm sure they
sticker.
do.
So yeah.
That's
Anyways,
really
dude.
funny.
Well, let's get off here, man. We're
Well, hang on, hang on. We're not getting off here. We
oh,
got a couple. We got to mix some fishing stuff into there. So
okay. Go ahead.
I've been loading up for the trip. I know you have too. So what do you got new in your box for the Susquehanna? What are you throwing, dude? What are you throwing?
So new tackle wise, I just bought a bunch of the same stuff I always have. So I've got almost an unlimited supply of chatterbaits, an almost unlimited supply of new spinner baits. I've been really liking those 2.7-inch Divine paddle tails, like the little ones.
Hmm.
So I got some of those.
Let's hope to God we don't have to throw that shit, dude.
Got some mag drafts. I got enough. I got like 10 mag drafts ready. Yeah, nothing like crazy. I mean, just my normal stuff, you know. Looking forward to trying the munchie. Never even held one, so not been invited to really try them out or
I'm
freaking
pretty sure I gave you some when we went to the
no,
Tippecanoe last year.
never. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
I caught a fish on one.
Yeah, you did
So
right in front of me. Never even let me. Didn't even let me try. Didn't even let me cast one.
that
So
was back when the prototypes were pretty hard to come by.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm
well,
looking forward to
I'm definitely gonna be throwing munchies. I have
looking forward
some.
to that. I got plenty of flukes. I got plenty of. I need to get some hooks. Can you send me what hooks I need to buy for those big paddle tails and the munchie? Send me what hooks you want me to buy, and I'll buy those. But
Okay.
other than that, the thing that I'm actually kind of most excited about, this is gonna sound super weird. I bought like it's like a bag it's made of mesh. It's by Lakeland, I think is the name of this company.
You
It's
tell
got
you're getting old when you're excited about a bag, dude.
it's got like little separators in it. It like each compartment's like that big,
Yeah,
okay? And it's got like 7 different compartments in it, and they're all like in a straight line, and it's zippable. So the whole thing is closable, but it's mesh, so it'll just drain water right through it.
I've seen those. Yeah.
I bought one of those, and it's completely solved my like messy bait hatch thing. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, honestly.
Bag check. You
Bag.
got
Yeah,
mesh bag.
got it. Yeah, it's
uh,
in there.
um. So okay, what do you think of this one? I know you've seen this somewhat version of that, but
Oh, the koi boy.
that looks pretty nasty.
I like that.
Oh yeah. Um. So I got the koi. I'm gonna bring some koi. I perfected a bone color today, so I'm gonna bring a bone colored munchie. A couple of them. Should pour a batch of them tomorrow. Um. We got a new color named after the demon, so you're gonna see that coming out. And then I poured another really cool one. It's kind of a bronze with um, like a chartreuse back, but I think we're gonna call it caramel apple. So it's gonna that'll be good. I have a few of those colors. If you want anything specific, I can pour you.
I feel like if I
Um,
don't tell you what colors I want now, I'm gonna end up
this
with none of
will be
those.
pretty. This will be
Yeah, I
pretty
want a
cool.
couple of the give me 3 of those. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
we sold those. Those are lightning. That was on the last
I'll
drop.
take a couple lightnings.
Okay, couple. You were you back in the day? Did you get
Mountain lightning.
instead of Mountain
Uh-oh.
Dew Mountain Lightning, dude?
I got a recording error.
Oh, it's still recording on my end. You just won't get like a local recording. It'll be fine. Um,
Yeah, Mountain Lightning, Dr. Thunder, Mountain Lightning. Yeah, I got
Dr. Thunder, dude.
it.
Oh my,
Dr. Thunder, Mountain Lightning.
we were so poor growing up. We had
You're
Dr.
damn
Thunder and
right.
Mountain Lightning.
Damn right, dude. So my son just got straight A's and he got a pair. I was like, dude, you get, you know, my kids are both very bright, very good students, and my daughter is like an automatic straight A student. my son is like, he'll always have like a B, or B plus or something that he throws in there just to fuck with us, I think. But I was like, if you get straight A's, you get like a thing. So he got straight A's and he was like, I want some shoes. I was like, oh, okay. What kind of
Yeah.
shoes you want? He's like, I want
Dangerous, bud.
I want some Kobe 8s. I was like, okay. Like went and got him Kobe 8s. And I was like, dude, you don't even know what it's like to be a poor kid, man. I was like,
Oh, I know, dude.
back in the day, I remember like everybody on the basketball team had like the same shoes, and my mom went and bought like a pair of Walmart shoes that just looked vaguely similar to the team basketball shoes. And I was like, dude, that's the ultimate humiliation is like having Walmart brand
Oh,
shoes.
100%, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it, we had some tough times like that. My parents always like made sure the clothes are on point, but I s- yeah. I don't I mean, my dad drove a Geo Metro that he bought out of a junkyard my
Dude,
entire high school
he drove
career.
that when I first started
A
with some.
four-door Metro, dude, 3-cylinder. And yeah, so yeah, humble beginnings. Not that we're Elon Musk or anything right
Oh,
now, but it's nice to you know be able to give our kids some tennis shoes. So yeah,
yeah, man.
for sure.
Pretty
Um,
awesome.
yeah. So as far as
It's
what
pretty nice. It's pretty sick to buy a bag, a 7
yeah,
compartment
mesh bag, dude.
mesh
Could you
bag.
imagine having that growing up?
No, dude, I
uh,
can't.
So some new stuff that I got for this trip specifically, I got in on the hype, got some of the 5-inch mag drafts. So I got
Yep.
some of those. There's actually a really cool color here.
See, I got some mini bull shads. I guess that's like a new bait that I have never really used. I got
Mm-hmm.
some of those, and I got a bunch of Vision 110s jerk baits so I can try and do the PA hang.
That's a cool color.
Oh, there you go.
Got
I
a little
wonder
bit.
if you could do a hang with those.
Oh yeah, dude. Randy did a hang with a rat. Yeah, we can do with those.
Fair enough.
Yes,
Fair
you
enough. I
could.
wonder if I could do that. I couldn't even hang with
Well,
like.
I don't want to. I don't even want to think back to that time. It was if you guys think the captain temper tantrum was bad, you should have seen
Shut
Chris's day,
up, dude. That's
dude.
bullshit. Don't do that.
Yeah,
That is bullshit.
luckily there were no cameras rolling that day.
Oh my god. Don't put that on me, dude.
uh, so I got that. Obviously, going to be throwing a munchie a lot. The chatterbait. I've been meaning to get some of those mini jackhammers. I bought a mold to pour. It's the guys that know it's a G6 swim bait. I've been pouring some G6s out of silicone. They're freaking sick. So any colors I want, and then what else have I got? Oh, I'm to diving deeper into the swim bait game. I got a couple glides I'm gonna be throwing. I got a glide, like an actual swim bait rod set up for like hard glide. So I got a clutch eco that I'm gonna be throwing. I got a fish everything glide I'm gonna be throwing, and then I got a couple shads, and I'm trying to think what else I have. I have some other glides, but none of the I have some like 6 Sense ones, but yeah, I'm gonna be glide baiting it, dude. I'm gonna be full. I'm gonna have Vans on. I'm gonna have a flat bill. I'm gonna be glide baiting it. So we're gonna catch some fish on a glide. I was wanting to get on one of those Metro drops because that's the one I really wanted to throw, the Metro throwback baits Metro, and I didn't get in on it. So and I do have that chocolate swim bait that we did the collab with. I have his rat, so I'm gonna throw that rat around a little bit too. So
I like
so
it.
yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Pumped to go. We're taking Alex Deneau and Jeremy Crow. So
Yep.
they were the ones that bitched out on this podcast that were supposed to be here. So yeah, look forward to it, man. We're leaving. I think. What's the plan? Monday after work? Is that the dealio? We're leaving Monday after work.
I think I'm leaving Tuesday.
Oh, you're leaving Tuesday.
Yeah. That's what we talked
You can't leave Monday night.
I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to book the house for an extra day or what you wanted me to do.
I said I would sleep in the car is what I said.
I guess I took that to mean that we don't need to that we're just gonna stay on Tuesday.
No, I'm going Monday night. I'm leaving Monday night.
You're leaving Monday night.
I suggest you do the same. Yeah, I got clearance for liftoff, bud. Because here's the difference.
I'm definitely not
We
leaving
could
Monday night.
Why not?
We've got stuff going on Monday night, but I might leave on Tuesday morning.
You could leave like Monday night really late after all your stuff and drive through. It's not like you ever show a propensity of being in a bad mood when you drive through the night.
Don't. That's also bullshit. I am not that guy.
We were both in a bad mood that trip, so that was
that was one of the closest you and I have ever gotten into getting into a real argument for sure. But
it's very passive aggressive. Very passive aggressive.
There's nothing passive about your aggression, dude.
You won, so because we didn't end up sleeping. So and I think I don't know what ended up being the best solution. I know we would have been screwed either way, but
yeah. I don't know. I might do that. I mean,
you imagine rolling up on Piers Gorge when it's dark, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I might leave on Monday night, but I'm not going to be leaving like right after work on Monday. If anything,
well, one of us is going to be driving by themselves, so I mean, it doesn't really matter, anyways.
I figured Alex would go with you.
I mean, either way, I do 100%. We are doing some challenges during this because we're gonna have 2 jet boats. We're gonna do some we're gonna put some money in a pot, do a little bit of whatever. I honestly think what we should do instead of money, one of us should have to go streaking if we lose the bet. That should be what it is. We gotta do something. Because you're not doing that.
No, I think I'm past the age of
that's what would make it so good, though, dude. That's what
that was a few years back. I'm a lawyer. I don't think anybody wants to hire a lawyer that's going to be freaking.
You imagine just your naked ass on the newspaper. Indiana attorney gets caught for public indecency.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not doing that. I like where your mind's at, but no, I'm not doing that ever. So,
well, either way, I want to be fishing. I want to be fishing Tuesday morning. So that's my goal.
I do too. Believe me.
I want to at least, like, if not first thing Tuesday, like Tuesday, I want to get some fishing in on Tuesday. So let's just put it that way. So it's a 9-hour drive. So I was thinking about leaving at like 5 o'clock or something like that. And then trying to get there, midnight, 1 o'clock, and getting some sleep and get up the next day. So,
well, I like that. I think that's a good idea. I think I'll leave when I can at the earliest possible moment. I promise you that.
Yeah, that sounds good, dude. I get it.
If I have to miss the first day, I'll still get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna leave Saturday morning, so that works.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Wednesday. I forgot we had to leave on Saturday.
Yeah, I was planning on leaving Saturday real early because Easter. Even though literally none of my family's Easters are. We did Easter with my family yesterday, so that's done. Katie's family is like in May, so we're just gonna do the Easter basket thing at home on Easter morning. But nevertheless, I gotta be home. So, but
I'll figure it out. I'll let you know.
Let's keep an eye on the river. Let's keep our sources dialed in. Try to make sure we know what's going on. And
do you want me to modify the Airbnb so that you guys can get in there a day early?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, but if you can't, I'll sleep like in a tent.
I know, I get it that you will, but that's why I asked if you want me to.
If
I
you
will.
can, yeah.
Okay.
If you can, let's do it. Yeah, I'll pay extra for it. So, um,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, man, look forward to it, dude. We're gonna have a good time and hopefully record some content. We'll get these motherfuckers on the podcast that bitched out on us and make them famous. We're gonna will them to be famous. So we'll get Alex and Jeremy on the podcast and do some recording down there and just bro out, dude. It's been a while since we broed out. Let's
It really has been.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll free the fighter.
Yes, sir. Free the fighter. Salute. Thank you for your service.
Thanks, man.